Hey there, and welcome back to VEDA Day 16. Amy Miyamoto here, and today I'm going to tell you the story of a little known skill that I have that very few people, other than those who've known me from way back in the day, know that I know how to do. And it just happens to be a skill that I believe very few people in the world know how to do. I'm going to tell you the story of how I learned to drive 200-ton double-decker buses. Oh yeah. Now get comfortable because I'm going to take you all the way back to the year 1996. Now I was just wrapping up my first year as a high school English teacher, and as summer was rapidly approaching, I came to get really clear on the fact that I hadn't done a very good job of saving much money from my already fairly dismal paycheck. And as a result of this oversight, I was looking at a good 10 weeks of summer with no dinero whatsoever. So I knew that pretty much meant that I was going to have to find another job, one that was clearly temporary because I was going to need to go back to my regular teaching job in September. So I put my thinking cap on, and as luck would have it, I just happened to live right outside the back gate of the world-famous San Diego Zoo. And as luck would further have it, my next door neighbor just happened to work at the zoo. In fact, she was one of those tour guide bus drivers. So with the convenient geographical location and the fact that I kind of had an in because of my neighbor, I decided that I'd give it a shot. So after jumping through a whole variety of paperwork hoops, I ended up landing the job. So the only thing that was standing between me and some summer income was passing the bus driver training. Now, sounds simple enough, but remember, this was learning how to drive 200-ton buses. So needless to say, this was like putting me totally outside my comfort zone in a realm of vehicular mastery that I had totally never even remotely seen myself attempting to master. But as I put one foot in front of the other each day, I managed to figure it out. Now that would lead to the final driving test. Now this was the thing that would make or break whether or not I had a summer job and summer income, or I was going to have to go back to the drawing board, which didn't sound fun at all. So what was this final driving assessment, you might ask? Well, for those of you that have ever seen the episode of The Brady Bunch where Greg and Marcia have that driving competition where they are competing for bragging rights and they have to pull the car up ever so slowly up to the pylon that has the egg sitting on top of it, and the person who gets the closest to the egg without knocking it off is the winner. Yeah, that was kind of like my driving final exam. Except for that I was driving a 200-ton bus and I had my entire summer income on the line. So basically, no pressure. Now I'm pleased to report that I actually did pass this test because I managed to park the bus within a ½ an inch of the big trash can that I was supposed to bring the bus to without touching it. So, yay me for my driving skills! Now, some of you might be impressed, yet others of you might be thinking, okay, so she learned how to drive a 200-ton bus, but why is that so hard? Alright, I'll go with that, but the kicker is that not only did I have to learn how to drive the bus, but I also had to learn how to tell informative tour guiding stories about all kinds of exotic animals and plants, and that had to include animal jokes all at the same time. Now, take it one step further, I had to drive this bus in like crowded plazas full of tons of tourists and make sure that I didn't hit anybody. So with that, I would say that that pretty much brought me up a level in terms of my ability to multitask. Now, even though I make it sound like it was probably really traumatic to try and figure out how to drive this bus, in the end, the job ended up being a pretty good time. Super convenient, you know, got me through the summer, and, you know, I got to spend a lot of time out with the animals. And yes, it included elephants, rhinos, giraffes, and bears on a daily basis. And so there you have it. Pretty much that's the story of how I learned to master the skill of driving the 200-ton tour buses. So my question for you today is, what is that secret Smoothie Q special skill that you have mastered that most people don't know about? Or, better yet, that most people on the planet don't know how to do? Because I would love to hear your story. So make sure to put it down in the comments. And again, I appreciate all the likes and subscribing to my channel. Totally appreciate it. Now, I have to give a huge shout out to two super VEDA masters that really helped me figure a couple of the technical things out for today's video, and that is Mike Panetta at Mr. Mic Control and Sam Pullen at SJP Vlogs. So check out their channels. I'll link them below because they were like total rock stars when I was hung up with a couple of my technical things. So I totally appreciate your help, guys. It made all the difference. I'll check you guys out again tomorrow, VEDA Day 17. Take care. Bye-bye.